It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddy
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful
Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday, right?
Tuesday all day.
Yeah.
You know why I know that?
Why do you know that?
Because the boys are in the house.
The boys are in.
The boys are back in town, and Rich never disappoints. I got to tell you, Chris, he never fails to disappoint, is all I can tell you.
Man,
and he's part of the Snort Club too, apparently.
And you tell me about my stories?
Ooh.
This guy is
That
the
was a goodie.
story-time master.
That was a good oldie but goodie.
That was no oldie. That was a newbie. That was, I gotta tell you, you are my new
He's your new idol, right?
idol.
You now bow down to him.
I bow down to the man, the myth, and the legend, all in one.
Gotta
Even
tell you.
The problem is I can't tell a lot of the stories on the air.
Oh, no.
Well, we can, but not this show.
And Frank, he just sits there patiently.
No, Frank was laughing.
Nothing.
He didn't have nothing to add to the conversation. He was just laughing, going, mm-hmm.
Yeah, there goes Rich again.
So you must have heard these stories before.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he knew the
All
person
of them.
involved.
I lived them.
Can you imagine?
So you met these people that he's talking about?
Yes.
Really?
Look at Chris. She's like, don't
Yep.
go there.
Oh, no, curious minds want to know. I gotta tell you, you gotta come into studio when these guys are in here, because some of the stories that he says.
Hilarious. They're a whole
I
lot
know,
of...
I'm always getting myself into trouble, I swear.
He's just a kid at heart.
Yeah, he's a
I
kid.
am.
This guy's always been a kid. He's been a kid from 19 to now.
What was that movie with Tom Hanks? Big.
Oh, yes, big.
That's like
Big.
you.
Yeah.
The never-ending child. But you make life a whole lot of fun. How great is that to always be that happy?
How come you don't write a book about your adventures?
Do you know what? I've been asked that before. And one of these days, I'm going to. I'm going to. Just my
It's a threat.
oh my gosh, just my adventures working with kids as an acting teacher. Oh my! I
let's
gotta
not-
share some.
We
of
don't
these
go
stories.
there.
Let's not talk about the kids, because I would never look at you the same.
Wow.
But you got a guy who writes books, you got somebody who edits books, and they publish, they push stuff out. I'm surprised you don't have a book in the making.
I know, and I love to write. I have a bunch of short stories, but yeah, one of these
Oh, you got
days.
some doozies.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to write a book called Parents of Actors Beware. Yeah, because some of the stuff that comes out of kids' mouths, it's just, whenever they would come up to me and go, Mr. Richard, you know what? The hairs on my arm would stand on end because God only knows what's going to come out of their mouths next.
You never know what's going to come out of a kid's
I'm gonna
mouth.
write a book. It's gonna be called "You Ain't Seen Stories Like This Ever," because the stories I heard
Even
today,
keeps you quiet.
I was flabbergasted. I didn't know where to go with this.
I can't imagine what it's like to be a guy.
Why?
I just...
So on the morning show, we were talking about sleeping naked. How it lowers your blood pressure.
It's yeah.
You
it's
sleep
fantastic
naked,
for
don't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
All the time?
Yeah,
Josh, just
all
look
the
at
time.
Josh's face. He's like, ugh, horrible.
I mean, it's probably not something that everybody needs to know on the air.
Why
but-
not? Everybody.
But now he's got to wash his sheets twice.
There's that filter.
Yeah, I do. I wash my sheets twice a year. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Twice a year? And the stories continue.
Our book club, I got to tell you, we're kicking off our fall book club, and here we go.
Well, it's all about the book. It's all about the written word, the book, and the delivery. I mean, he's a great delivery. In your event, were you going to be the MC?
You know, it's funny. I wasn't going to be.
Really?
Because, yeah.
Why?
Because I'm usually too busy running around making sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to be working.
Yeah, but you gotta MC it because you gotta sell it. You gotta sell the event.
Okay, so one year I went to this one fundraiser, and it was like, you know, black tie kind of thing, you know, a lot of really expensive cars and stuff. And well, it turns out that the MC did not show up, and so the guy that was running it comes up to me and says, "Hey, Rich," he says, "You wanna MC the event?" I'm like, "Wait, what? I don't know anything about anything or anybody that's gonna be here. You want me to MC it?" He said, "Come on, you'll be fine." I was like, all right, sure, why not? And I emceed it, had a blast. Everybody had a blast.
And you were
So,
hilarious.
yeah, well, you know, told some stories and introduced some people, and, you know, that was it. But it was fun.
On November 10th, we have the JC concert at the Movies of Del Rey. And this time, I'm not going to let Dawn MC it. She did it with Steve.
I didn't really MC. I just had to buy some time.
No, you were emceeing.
So I gave out a lot of stuff.
You were in the theater giving out stuff and emceeing it. And then you were making jokes because I heard it. And I ran in there because after the 15th giveaway that you were giving, cost us $15,000.
I gave away like 15 cruises, didn't I?
She gave enough cruises to go to the Bahamas like an army. And I run in there, I go, "What are you doing?"
Everyone's like, "I want a cruise." I'm like, "Okay, I got more."
Hey, I want a cruise.
She gave away 15 cruises.
That's funny.
I wonder if they used
She was
them.
supposed to give 5. Yeah, they called me. They called me and says, "Oh my God, we have an uptick in cruising." No kidding. Would you like to do your own show?
And then I gave away some dinners, and then people were like, "Well, I want a cruise now. Can we try for a cruise?" You want it all.
They were saying, "Is Dawn going to give away a car? Because I want to go." People are just going to see what Dawn's going to give away. That's the new
That's
segment.
great.
What's Dawn going to give away?
You never know. Well, speaking of giveaways,
All right, here we go.
Speaking of giveaways, we are now have our new own line of cookie dough that we're going to be coming out with for the holidays. So it is in production. I'm going to go with the chocolate chip, and it's going to be Brooklyn Cafe Show cookie dough that you can make as regular cookies or make it as raw edible without adding an egg. So with specially treated flour, you add vanilla, and you're good to go.
Did
Vanilla
you hear
water.
this story? We had the cookie dough on the.
I'm afraid to tell you the name of the company, but it is called Happylicious. Because it's rich. It goes to a whole nother place.
He had a girlfriend called Happylicious.
Yeah, I know.
So we had the cookie dough there, and Dawn is selling what we had on the table.
So someone, Happylicious came in, and she brought in this amazing, she comes in a jar, and she sells it at Whole Foods, all these different flavors, and they're amazing. She's got flavors for the holidays. You can go to happylicious.com, buy them, send them as gifts, and it's raw, edible cookie dough. It's specially treated flour. There's no eggs, and it's safe to eat right out of the jar with a spoon. Then she brought these in, which I hadn't taken home to make yet. And in comes a guest, and she says, "Can I buy it?" With a bag of coffee. And I'm like, "Absolutely." And Freddy stays deadpan, doesn't move. She said, "How much is it?" I tell her, "Oh, it's an even $20. We're good to go." She's like, "Okay, I'm going to send this as a gift." And then I thought, brainstorm, this is going to make a great holiday
I
gift.
just got some bad news for you.
What?
You gave away your bag.
Yes.
That's my bag.
Okay, I ordered 12 more. Yeah. 12 more and 500 bags of coffee.
Girl math.
Thank you.
I'm shocked.
And you know it works because she was a teacher.
I want you to put I'm going to get a safe. I'm going to bring a safe in, and I'm going to put all this stuff in there because this is unbelievable.
I just spoke to her. I just have to send her a high-def logo. We're going to have it probably in the next couple
And
weeks.
Did you give this guy my bell that he took with him?
I gave Vinny the little one.
You gave Vinny the little one.
Yes.
You
Isn't
gave
that
him-
what they're for?
You gave it. That's the 4th one he has.
All right. So we have more of
All
those in the
right.
back too.
All right.
Girl math at work.
If
What
you
can
have
I-
anything you want to give away,
Here's the thing with girl math. Like at night when you go to bed, 500 bags of coffee and a dozen bags of cookie dough sounds like a lot of money, right? You're like, I can't do it. And you wake up in the morning, it's like, I think this is a great idea.
I think let's
It's
give it all away.
It's a whole new day. Let's give it away. Because I realized we don't even sell these things. We give them away. But I thought in honor of Q4 and the holiday spirit, we're now cookie dough. I got afraid to laugh.
In honor of
The
what?
holidays in Q4.
What holidays? You already had a holiday.
Christmas.
Another holiday?
Christmas is coming.
That's not for 3 months.
Got to be ready.
Stop giving stuff away. So I go, Dawn, where is? I gave it away. Dawn, I want to show I gave it away.
I was lucky though. I didn't give Bob's book away. I happened to have it sitting right next to me because
Not
Bob is
yet,
joining
Bob.
us as well.
I hope you and I are very close to this book. It's going to be given away. I got to tell you, if you call in right now, you'll win this book. I have an empty bottle of wine. You know why? Because she gave away the ingredients. She gave away the inside. She poured it out. So I kept the empty bottle and said, this is what it would look like.
I'm a firm believer of sharing.
Freddie, you know what you're going to need to do is if you get another bottle of wine, empty the contents into like a baggie or something and just leave the empty bottle here. Yeah.
The guy that we had in for this morning, I offered him a bag of coffee.
I saw that.
He wanted the beans, so he likes to grind his own, so I happen to have a bag of beans.
And then your friend is saying, hey, Freddie, you going to give him your hat? And I says, no, I'm going to give him yours.
So I gave him a bag of bean coffee.
I ain't giving away my hat to nobody.
You know, it's all about the hospitality. We're in kind of the
We'll give
hospitality
away your
business.
hats.
Could
You
do
have
that too.
hats. We'll give your hats away.
So more to come.
Frank, we'll give your hat away.
Give her wands away.
Well, we talked about that when Freddie and I first started working together. I wanted to create a line of wands to give to the kids at the Children's Hospital to make a wish.
That's awesome.
Because people would come up to me and ask me for things that only God can grant. And it was a little uncomfortable to be asked to give these types of things. So I thought, but everyone has a wish when somebody's ill, right? Especially a parent and a child.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
The complication came from what can I give a 2-year-old to what can I give a 12-year-old? Right?
No,
I
the
can give-
complications came that we came up with the one this big and they said it was a choke hazard.
Exactly. So I could give it to a 12-year-old as a pin, but I can't
Yeah.
give it to a 2-year-old. So we haven't come up, and then would you give a plushy one to like a 12-year-old? So we haven't quite mastered that, but it's in the
So
pipeline.
have you guys seen the bell that has a little one attached to it?
The bell was a little.
It's a little green bell.
No.
It's a little green bell. It's one of these, but it's a
I'll
miniature.
we have a
Okay.
few more in the back.
We have more? Give them away.
I'll give them away today.
Yeah, give them away.
Give it to
I'm
the
going to
boys.
give them away.
So what
Give
we
it to the
do
boys.
is you take that belt and you put it on your rear view mirror so it hangs down.
Okay.
So every morning I hit it with my finger and it just reminds me that you should always start the day. That's why I start the show with a bell. This bell is 8 years old.
That bell's
This
been resurrected.
bell has been glued. If you look inside it, there's 15 feet of glue in there and it's still working.
And we'll leave it at that.
I tell you, this is a tough business.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, let's start off with our book club. I don't know how we're going to recoup from this.
Did you order more coffee?
I did.
We're getting more coffee?
500 bags.
Same bag? No, we're not giving that away. Are we same bag? You know, this bag was done by Don Pablo, the coffee maker. He put this together. We didn't. He showed up one day and says, "Here, this is for you." He gave us 1,000 bags. It's been years, but he gave us 1,000 bags. This is a beautiful bag.
More coffee's
You know
coming
that I don't
and
have
cookie
any at
dough.
home. You have one at home? I got none at home.
Maybe in the freezer.
How
I
sad
don't
is
know.
that?
That's, well, you
You
don't
gave
use
away my
anything.
bag.
I'll give you more.
I don't use anything.
Those aren't the coffee beans that are like pooped out by birds or anything, is it?
No, aren't those like? There is a country
They're
where
supposed to be super expensive.
they
too,
do that. They feed the birds, and the birds poop out high quality beans.
These are
Uh-oh.
a bird. There's poop in it, but
More
it ain't
glue.
a bird's. It ain't a bird's. We gather poop from all over the country.
No, this comes from Don Pablo coffee growers and roasters out of Miami. They've
I
been
can't
kind
believe
enough
you
to
asked
always
me
do
that question.
this. What?
Poopy birds. You know what is
We're going
wrong
to take
with
a
you?
commercial break. More to come.
I'm
We'll be
that
right
guy.
back. AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
If you're tired of only working for your money and are ready to get your money working for you, then check this out. This is the Transact card, the first of its kind Visa bank card where you double your dollars on every transaction. Transact card provides you with a system for your money finally works for you. The days of underwhelming 1% to 2% cashback are over. Are you ready to welcome in dollar for dollar rewards, doubling your buying power and creating financial momentum? Look, if you've been trying to save your way to wealth and that isn't working out the way you hope, maybe it's time to try spending your way to wealth instead. Learn more at gman.mytzt.com. That is gman.mytzt.com.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast?
Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And this is a friendly reminder that the show that you saw, the Bee Gees, we put it up to let you know that that's been postponed. And Willie, we wish him speedy recovery. Willie has some issues right now going on.
Oh,
But he has to take care of some stuff, and we wish him
Get well
the best.
soon. Absolutely.
But that concert is going to be moved into next year. We're going to redo that whole deal, so just hold your water on that one.
So that one's been postponed, but we're excited to announce that we have a Fleetwood Mac tribute band December 1st at the Savor Cinema with True Rumors. They are absolutely unbelievable. And if you love Fleetwood Mac, I didn't even know how much I liked Fleetwood Mac until I saw their concert at Funky Biscuit.
What's the name of the singer of the Fleetwood Mac, the female? Stevie Nicks? Yeah. Stevie Nicks. Well, the chick on this band is just like Stevie Nicks. I cannot believe.
She's unbelievable.
And they're going to be,
you will love it.
They're going to be at Jack's Crazy Uncle Mike's on the 13th.
And they're going to be at Johnny Q's this Saturday.
This Saturday, and Crazy Uncle Mike will be here tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
At 1 o'clock.
Very nice.
Good friend of the show, has been always a supporter, and I just want to thank him because Crazy Uncle Mike is the one that told us during COVID, don't stop, just keep going. We haven't seen him since that last show. So more to come on that.
So we keep on going. We've got some friends. We're talking about our Brooklyn Cafe Book Club. We've got 2 authors. We've got Rich. We should call you an author so you're kind of like author by default. So we have 3 authors in the house. You just haven't written it. It's in your head.
Yeah, and for society's sake, it should probably stay in here.
But I want to find out what's happening with the movie. I understand you guys have a lot of great things happening with Stuck in Traffic.
Yeah, we do. We
have a producer. We have 2 producers, 3 producers.
Yeah, 3 producers
and a movie production company.
Yeah. And the guy that runs the production company has actually been nominated for an Academy Award for a documentary that he did on Ukraine.
Wow.
which is pretty cool.
So we have I don't know if you call it a pitch deck, but we have a.
Well, we're putting a pitch deck together.
Do you have the actors yet? Any ideas?
No, not.
Any ideas of actors that you would need?
Yeah, well, we were thinking maybe Dawn.
I'll give it away. I'll get you a ticket. Don't worry.
Wow.
Come on, you knew it was going to go there, right?
Wow.
I'll give you a ticket.
You're going to give me a ticket to go see you on the screen?
At half
Bring
price.
every tomato I have right on the screen.
Give away
I
tickets.
would go, absolutely. I would support anything
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, so we're putting stuff together right now. I just spent 15 hours putting a video together as a teaser because it deals with human trafficking, and so trying to find the right pictures, trying to find the right music, and all this other stuff. We're going to be getting. We've requested like headshots and bios for the people that we do have that are interested in the thing, and we're hoping that maybe we can get some recognizable names that would be willing to jump on, even as like maybe a passion project, or if they would agree to deferred. It all depends on how much money we can, how much seed money we can get, and
You should talk to Mega Chop.
yeah,
Mag Chop.
He's on your show
well, he's
this
gonna be on
week,
our
right?
show Thursday. Yeah.
Mag Chop will be here Thursday because he has his event on Friday. Good, so we can put Mag Chop's thing together. Mag Chop is supposed to be doing a show.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that on our show.
Very
he's,
exciting.
He's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be at a Writers Festival in Deerfield on Saturday at the Butler House.
Really?
So I'll be
What I
there.
pass that all the time. What's it like? It's a historical house that's been
It's
restored.
a historical
right?
house that's been there since the 30s, I think. And they just restored it. It's inside. It's got all the original furnishings, like the old house from whatever. And the writers are going to be outside in the backyard. Underneath, they have a huge banyan tree out back, so we're outside.
It's
If
called
it
the
rains,
Butler?
they're going to move it across the street to their cultural center,
I think it's right on Hillsborough.
It's
Isn't
called,
it?
in Hillsborough.
it's called the Butler House?
the Butler House. Yeah,
I
so
pass it all the time, and it's right in the middle of everything.
Yeah,
I guess they've
so
restored it, and
It's free to the public. There's probably going to be maybe 10 or 12 authors there. I'm
That
one.
is very cool.
So I'll be there all day Saturday from 11 till 3.
What do they do at a writers' festival?
It's like a book fair. So you go there and then people
buy a book.
walk from table to table and buy books, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, hopefully.
But you also get to find out what the book is about and what the
book's about.
author's about, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So that's that.
And they write, your name, to Mr. Crazy.
Yeah.
Good luck. Stay out of jail. Yeah, things
And we have a book promotion going on right here in the studio.
yes.
So
We did another book, didn't we do another one?
Dawn DeMarco bought Gabriel's Chalice. She's going to start with the whole series.
Yeah,
She's
so-
excited about that.
that promotion is going to go from now until December 18th. If you purchase one of my books, you will be entered into a drawing that will take place on December 20th, and you will win my complete published library. 12 books.
That's amazing.
And
Yeah,
I
that
have a 13th book coming out, so I'm going to throw that one in too when that comes
Wow.
out. That should be out hopefully by the beginning
That's
of
incredible.
That
next year.
has a lot of books, man. I can't even write a paragraph, and you write the book.
The thing what's so great about Frank is there's a lot of authors and they have similar genres. They're either sex or romance or mystery, thriller. Frank covers the gamut in so many different books that when people come to see you at a writer's event, they have to talk to you because you wouldn't even know which one to start with. Because you think, do I want the Jack Stenhouse?
I have to ask, what do you like to read? Because
Right.
I've got 3 different genres, so it's and then I have to explain. And a lot of people say, well, how do you do that? How do you go from one genre to another? And they're basically, I hate to say it, I'm probably going to get a lot of complaints by saying this, but they're basically all the same. I mean, every genre has a protagonist and antagonist. And in every genre, the protagonist is looking for something or trying to find something or going after something. And it's no matter whether it's murder mystery or action or science fiction, it's always the same. There's always a protagonist, there's always an antagonist. So It's just a
But
different,
it's the delivery, Frank.
different
The
delivery. Delivery's different.
The delivery
Exactly.
is amazing. And then you write stories from 2010 of things, and all of a sudden they show up.
They show
Now,
up.
that's amazing. Did you see the latest from the Pope? That he is going to approve same-sex marriage.
Really?
Yikes.
Yikes.
Interesting.
Because he said that in honor of world peace, because he sees the bloodshed that's going on right now in the Ukraine and Russia and everything else, that God spoke to him and said that people are people, and we shouldn't judge them by who they love. And it's something that I read on Politico, the magazine Politico, and is it going to happen? I don't know.
Interesting.
Well, the Chinese just came out and said, which goes back to my first Gabriel's Chalice, the Chinese just come out and said there's 300 billion gallons of water on the moon.
But you know something?
And they would know, too.
I got to tell you, the Ukrainian government, the people are fighting this war, and they're using Chinese, what are those things in the air?
The
Drones?
balloons, the satellites?
The what? Drones. So China says, no, we don't sell drone parts. We don't do that. Meanwhile, in this warehouse, they got all this made in China, all the parts to put a drone together. So who knows? They probably put the water there. Who knows?
The moon's probably made in China too.
Well,
Who
and,
knows?
and underneath the water, there's cheese. I mean, you don't know.
You never know.
Somebody.
Oh, there you go.
But it's all coming. It's all interesting.
And again, the artist is what makes any book interesting, right?
And I wanted to invite Bob in today to meet Frank, because I told him last time he was here. And Chris is already deep in one of his books. How do you
She's
like it?
reading?
Yeah?
You're reading it? Yeah. You know, what is it with you? I give you something to drink, you read it. I give you coffee, you read
Well,
it.
she's the editor.
Is that her nick? Let's call her the editor.
So Bob, grab a mic.
Grab a mic, Bob.
Which one?
The mic.
The one in front of you, that one.
Or that one.
That's good. What
We
number
can
is
do-
that?
What's that say on that?
This stays on?
Yep.
Yeah. What number is he on?
What do you want me to talk about?
What book is Christine reading?
The
A5.
book that she's
A5.
reading was the first book that I wrote. And how it came about, Father DeGrandis, with whom I was involved with, says, Bob, I want you to come to Dallas, Texas. I'm doing my first 5-day retreat. I got so filled with the Spirit, he asked me in February, and it wasn't going to take place until June.
Hold it up to your.
There you go.
So it wasn't going to take place until June. I was so filled with the Spirit, I sat down and I wrote 46 pages.
Wow.
It's a good thing, because you would have written 4,600 pages.
No, because he said that I had an hour. I could talk for an hour. So when I got to Dallas, and he starts his conference, and he says, okay, Bob, come on up and do your witness. So I went up there, and I'm just filled with the Spirit, and I said, how much time do I have? He says, 15 minutes.
It's Bob.
And I threw the manuscript up in the air. And that's how it came. I made a book out of
And
it,
it landed in her hands, and she's reading.
and I gave every copy away, 6,000.
You gave away 6,000?
6,000.
You know her.
Nice to meet you, Bob. I got 500 bags of coffee next.
6,000 books. How long did it take you to unload 6,000?
Well, I used to travel all over the country.
If you know this guy's book, and wherever you're watching this, in India or whatever, call us. I want to hear about this. This is amazing.
So the other books, which is
Oh, there's more?
We have one.
this one here, My Journey with the Spirit, was written in 1999. And it's being sold on Kindle and Amazon. And the reason, the first review was, I didn't know that homosexuality could be healed. And since then, these books are being sold on Kindle. And it's books that I gave away. I gave away almost 6,000 of these. I just gave them away.
So you are the author that writes and gives it away? Is that what you do?
Well, my witness is in it,
Okay.
okay? And look at the people that are buying it on Kindle. And it's like, this would have been $18, but they're paying like $9 for maybe one that's been read. In good condition like this, they're $15.
You know, I get amazed because we were in a meeting this morning with individuals, and the boys know this better than anybody. You know, you never know what happens until you do something. Sometimes it doesn't work out. We all know that, and sometimes when it does, it does. But the message of what you're trying to deliver continues. So I'm so proud of the fact that I know you guys, and you're getting this movie done. Okay, just like his book, he gave it away. He got a number of books, and you gave it away. And sometimes when you do the right thing, it comes back to you 7 times over, is what the Bible says, right? But it's amazing that what you've done and what you've accomplished and the message that you sent out, just like you guys getting this movie done. I am so proud to know you guys, that you kept that journey, you kept that fight, because you guys have been doing this a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
Too long.
Yeah, we
But
have.
I told you, then I was watching Joel Ornstein. It was Sunday night, it was late, and I'm watching, he's talking about how you can be really working hard in your business and pushing and doing, and like, I just can't see where it's going until God steps in and says, here's like this fast forward button. Here's a door that's going to open for you. Just walk through it and take it. And all you need is that one door.
But you have to vision it. You have to see it. And
You have to
he
read the
saw
message, right?
Things in that book, and he gave it away. And he taught the lesson. And he wrote these other books, and it takes a life of its own. You know, it goes in a certain direction, and all of a sudden, it must have changed your life. These books, yes?
Absolutely. It changed my life. And I continued writing. When the pandemic came, I was going to travel. I wanted to go visit all the places that I had been in Europe and Canada or whatever, and see the people that I ministered to, how God had healed them. And the problem is, my publisher says, I says, where are they going to go? Oh, he says, all over the world. I said, that's wonderful, because I've done a lot of traveling, giving my witness and so on and so forth. But it didn't happen.
Because of COVID.
They only went to Amazon, and I don't know how to market books. I mean, it's easy for me to give them away. That's easy.
Well, that's easy too. Dawn does it every day. But marketing books, sometimes the story sells itself. Yeah, I mean, you've sold tons of books. When you talk to people at these book fairs, all of a sudden, they may not have come in to buy this book, and they hear the story and they end up buying it. Is that true?
Right. True.
So sometimes you have to put some sweat equity to get it sold. It's funny. My son Freddy called me one day on a Sunday. He says, you were just on television. And I said, what are you talking about? And apparently I produced a show where the person that was on my show was a guest of mine. And she used it to highlight a subject matter that they were talking about. I didn't know what it is. And they recorded it. And he recorded it by his phone. And he sent it to me. And apparently that person's life has changed. There's somebody in NBC, there's something going on. I'm not quite sure what the hell was going on here. But he calls me. He never calls me. Only when the Jets win. He doesn't call me for anything else. And he says to me, you know, Dad, I am so proud of you.
Aww.
And I said, why? And he says, because you opened the door for this person to walk through it. And you don't even realize it. And you know something? I sit back sometimes and I say, wow, you know how many lives you guys have changed just by doing what you do?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's an amazing, I wish that people would understand what a gift is, what a miracle really means, because sometimes it just takes a spark and something good happens. And again, we've all had failures, right? This didn't work out, that didn't work out, this didn't work. How many times do we try 100 things?
Yep.
And they don't work out. But when it works out, it's a nice accomplishment.
But what's so great about what both of these men write about, it's their personal experience with it. It's not, I mean, Frank gets his information from his muse and his archangels, and he shares the story. And Bob gets his information from God and Spirit to be able to disseminate that as well. That's what's so amazing, is when you actually have to meet you guys, which is why I'm glad you're going to do this writers event, to hear your story and to hear where it comes from. And that is the best marketing. It's just harder to get to people when you're doing it one-on-one like that. But that's when it touches
You gotta have
the
patience.
most.
You know, the miracle of you writing what you write is just part of it. That you then share it so that the common person or people that don't have that vision or don't realize that they do, and something lights up in them, therein lies the miracle. Therein lies the change.
And this June, there's going to be another writing event at the Wellington Mall, like was last year, what I did. I'm going to be at that one too.
Oh, great.
So where are you going to be this Saturday?
At Butler House in Dalefield Beach on Hillsborough between 11 and 3, free admission. Come by, meet the authors, view the house, buy some books.
Been meaning to check out that house, though.
And
It's a
where
good
is
reason to go.
the Virgin Mary you fixed?
It's still in a warehouse.
You
I'm
want
still waiting for the
you
church.
want me to go get it?
It's still in a warehouse, waiting for a church.
She's 500 pounds.
That's
500 pounds.
I got 3-4 guys that can lift it, put it on the truck, and bring it over.
Josh is like, what?
Why no? Why no? What's the matter?
Nothing.
It's just a statue. You would say no to the Statue of Liberty? Yeah. Why? Oh yeah, you know you're a strange guy anyway.
Because he has to lift it, that's why.
He'll call Garcia
We'll put it on a pulley, on a lift, a wrench.
and bring him. All right, let's take a commercial break. More to come with
You
our...
can't give that away either.
No, that one I cannot give away. That one you have to stay
Does
in
somebody
respect.
own it?
Nobody owns it. It's,
Okay, I wanna buy
it's not
it.
really owned.
I'll give you $10.
Not really owned. I'll make a call and see what I can do. Maybe we can. Maybe if you want, you can come get. You know, if you want to pick it up.
I
we'll come
kind
get
of
it.
like
Yeah.
the idea.
Send Josh on over with a pickup truck, and
No,
It's
Josh
like
would
Red
not,
Rover, send Josh
Josh
on
would
over.
Josh would never be anywhere around that way.
Red Rover. I'll bring the Virgin Mary home, right? It's like when you pick sides. Let me take Mary with me on this end.
It's life size. It's about 5 feet tall. So
It is.
It's not
It's a
small statue.
beautiful, and you
It's
fixed
like
it,
my size.
but it weighs 500 pounds.
Weighs 500 pounds. Just keep eating that pizza from Pizzerica
I kind of like that idea.
and enjoy it. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A. We'll be right back.
Ant Media Production presents Music Night, a once-in-a-lifetime lineup of concerts including Jive Talking, a Bee Gees tribute band, Tony Wilson as James Brown, Johnny T, the Voices of Legends, Frank Dean and Friends with Mike Dutra, and A Salute to the Veterans by JC Dreesen. Go to events.amp2.tv for more information and get your tickets now. That is events.amp2.tv.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Todo Bello Balloons is a business that was born out of a passion for creating unique and beautiful balloon designs, including balloon bouquets, balloon arches, balloon columns, and more. We specialize in creating unique and beautiful balloon designs that bring your dreams into reality. We believe that balloons have the power to bring people together and create lasting memories, and we are honored to be part of that experience. Contact us and we will bring happiness to your celebrations with our balloons.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
What's wrong?
Twinkle toes.
Is it crawling?
What?
Is it crawling?
What?
Woo! I'm just kidding.
No, he was playing the piano. He was giving.
Oh, I thought you were looking for something that was crawling there. Nothing's there. I don't know. Anyway, ready to get back to our book club? Bob's telling me he's got another book coming out, and Frank's got another book coming out. But Frank, I know you talk about the antagonist and the protagonist, but your next book is a little bit darker than the first one.
It's not dark. It's foreboding.
Yeah, this one, Gabriel's Chalice, didn't really have that. I'm a little scared to read the next one.
The next one, it's got a message in there everybody should read.
I'm sure the message is great. I just got to get past the fallen angel.
Yeah, well, it's the son of Satan.
Yeah.
Comes back and tries to present himself as the second Messiah. And splits the world because some of the people start to believe that he is the second Messiah. And then God the Father has to say, well, now it's my turn. So.
That's why Frank's books always have the great message, and you just got to keep hope and faith. But it's
and
his
Josh
delivery.
did the cover.
Josh did a great cover.
That's the
on
one
that.
with the big eyeball?
That's the one with, on top of Devil's Tower, of all places.
When is that book coming out? After your cruise,
Hopefully
right?
by January. You got to speak to...
The editor? Well, she's
It's
reading
in
right
final.
now.
It's in final edit. It's all done. It's in final edit. She's just reviewing it one more time, so it should be done soon. Hopefully.
Now, when she edits it, she puts it like in nice little boxes and the font and all that gets done?
No, it's all the font. That's all done by Amazon.
Oh, they do all of that. She's
Yeah.
just
All you
putting
have
the
to do
words
is
here.
submit a Word document, and certain spacing and certain font size, and they supply you with free software that automatically formats it to where they need it to be for Kindle or book, and they already do it. It's done.
Now,
That's
this
amazing.
particular book, there's a message when you wrote it of its definition, and I'm going to ask if what she reads is the same message, or do you guys have two different viewpoints on the book?
Same
It's the
message.
same. The message doesn't change.
So it stays
just
the
that-
same?
Yeah, it stays the same. The message doesn't change. Basically, it's man is presenting himself more godlike and refusing God and then accepting Satan's son as the new Messiah. And the God the Father then finally says, well, I've had enough of you guys. And here's my punishment. So that's the book.
You got to read the series.
The hell with the series? I'm going to read
You're gonna
just
go
the
right
one
to
book.
that one.
Of course. I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to do with what's going on around you now and your interpretation of what's going
It
on.
has to do with parts of the Old Testament, AI, the giants, the fallen angels, the Nephilim, all the things that are written in the Old Testament and in Book of Enoch and in the Revelations, and part of Kabbalah also gets involved with that too.
So truth is laid out in a number of places.
It's all laid out in a number of places. I sort of like combine it and put it all in one place and say, here you go, guys. Here's what's coming.
Is that because
That's the scary part. It's
yeah.
the here's what's coming he throws in at the end.
But is it usual or is it unusual that one message, one dynamic message, can be spread out among so many different beliefs and
No, it's not,
interpretations?
actually, because there's one dynamic source.
Correct, but there are different people getting towards that source that go in 100 different
Right.
ways. Things that happen to you personally, and you think that there's the light, there's the idea, and then you try to
But
teach.
it's all it all converges at the one. It all converges into one point.
At the end or at the beginning?
How I shouldn't say ironic, but how fantastic does that happen? Where many different societies and many different beliefs and many different views all end up at the one same source.
Because man and woman are unpredictable.
Yeah, but look at Jerusalem. Look where the temple is. Then you've got the dome with the rock. You've got where Jesus walked. You've got everything right there in the heart of one city. Many groups of people, many faiths, many beliefs, if yet they would only
in the
come
same
together, right? Really on one hallowed ground, which is not even refutable. Everyone agrees that they're all in one place. It's who gets more.
But is the hallowed ground more important than the message that the person delivered, is my question. I don't care if it's on top of Mount Everest. I don't care if it's inside of our
Well, that's where I think we've lost sight of the message.
Well, we've lost sight of the message.
Because everyone's busy taking, this is my land, and this land, and this is who walked here, and this is where the dome is. They've lost sight of the message of what brought us all there in the first place, in my opinion. I don't know what you all believe. What do you think, Bob?
What are my views?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes people are lost in their lives. They don't know how to grow. And it's turning to the Lord or God, whatever. And I guess you can get an awful lot of knowledge just in reading and understanding what is really going in other people's lives. How did it bring them where they're at?
What brought us to where we are?
But Barbara, then I got a question. Doesn't believing in something more powerful begin with believing in yourself? If you don't believe in yourself, how in the world are you going to believe in anything else? I mean, think about that.
You can't.
Well, how can you?
You can't.
Exactly. So to have a vision of something greater
I think you can believe in God and a higher being.
and not believe in yourself,
Yeah.
that's impossible.
Why?
Because it's impossible. It doesn't mean that you believe in God. You're desperate to believe in something. So if you, believing in yourself is a whole lot more doable, and then you can pick on other things to fortify that. I just don't understand how, if you don't believe in you, how you gonna believe in God?
All my life, I worked. Carpenter, I did everything that had to be done. Incredible things. And so you're making a statement. Did I believe that I could do all of these things? Absolutely not. But I did know that there was a greater power than just my knowing or trying to do something. So I guess you do have to have some kind of a belief that there is a power for everybody. Some people don't take it as they should and try to find something else that is greater.
Well, let me break it down even simpler. You ever fall in love?
Did I?
Has anybody ever fallen in love in their life?
Absolutely.
Okay, which requires you to love someone. Forget about them loving you. I'm not talking about that. You loving someone. Having the confidence to do that, to acknowledge the fact that you love someone, love something. Acknowledge the fact that you can tie your shoes correctly. Acknowledge the fact that you can have a conversation, because through your words is what other people learn. That's loving yourself. You see, the problem is that we have to define loving ourselves to such a degree, man, that sometimes you're never going to get there. It's too high. It's past where God is. But if you believe in you, if you give yourself a chance, if you're a humorous guy and you use it, because humor is healing, music is healing, story time is healing, faith is healing. But you got to love you to be able to deliver that with confidence. Now, if you tell me, Freddie, but confidence goes like this, absolutely. But if you don't love yourself, then how in the world are you going to love other things around you to love you back? I mean, just think about that for a second. How does that work? Why do we have so much problems today? We didn't have these many problems back in the day because we've gotten more sophisticated.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We've gotten smarter.
If that's what you want to call it.
Is that what you call it?
I think social media and technology, and maybe
AI
AI is in Frank's
I knew
book
that
a
was
little bit to
coming.
deal with it.
That's exactly what he
It's
was
coming.
referring to. But I like the fact that you can always change if you want to learn. But learn to love yourself. You know, it's no mystery. Who invented the mirror? Was it the Egyptians?
I don't know, but I'm glad they did.
But think about this. There's an invention, the mirror. If you can look in that mirror and have a conversation, or if you can look at the palm of your hand and have a conversation, it starts there. Then everything else that you write about, that you go through and everything else becomes...
Wasn't
doable.
Achilles who looked out in the river and admired his reflection all the time?
The narcissist.
Narcissist.
Yeah.
So I just always amazed by the fact that if you love yourself, you can love anything. Yeah. Yeah, Bob.
Growing up, well, after being away from the church for 40 years, I had this feeling inside, and the good Lord was saying, it's time. And there were a lot of prayers involved. And so that's how I got into the charismatic renewal, how I wrote all of these books, because I don't have that ability.
But you do.
But the
But
man
you do.
upstairs, after the pandemic, I said, what am I supposed to do? He said, write a book. I never wrote a book in my life.
So you didn't start writing till after the pandemic?
After the pandemic,
How many have you written so far?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
It's a good thing you can't write a book, because you wrote 4.
And you've got a 5th one in production, right? 5th one is at the publisher now.
You know,
That's all since 2020?
Excuse me?
All since 2020?
When the pandemic hit.
yep,
Wow.
3 years ago.
Wow.
You know, when I was 11, my grandfather died in my arms. He had cancer of the colon, and he died. And my grandfather, I was the only one in the room because they were so exhausted because he was in his dying bed in his house. And he said to me in Spanish, he says, I want you to go get the priest from the church. So I screamed at my mother, go get the priest, because I figured he wanted his last rites. And the priest comes, and he looks at him, he looks at me, he says, I want you to tell him, because he was whispering in my ear, that I'm sorry, because he was an atheist for 75 years. An atheist. He never believed in God, never believed in any of that. And he says to him, tell him I'm sorry, because I'm too weak to tell God. But God spoke to me last night, and he said, tell him I'm sorry. And for anybody who doesn't believe, it's okay, because eventually you're going to believe. Now, I never understood that. I was 11 years of age. And he said to me, go out and write about it. So I wrote a paper when I went to NYU that they published about this story. My mother cried for like 3 weeks. But the bottom line, what I learned is that sometimes what we go through is not the lesson. It's not what we interpret. It's when you tell the story and you look at the eyes of the other person and they sit down and go, man, you know something? I have a similar story. And all of a sudden, everything changes. And this is why I love what you do, the books that you write.
Well, I forgot who it was, but there was a famous atheist. On his deathbed, the last word he said was, he looked up and said, "I made a mistake."
That's what my grandfather did. And it's amazing how many stories that you have in your life, good, bad, or indifferent, for change. But you always have the ability that you woke, what's that rug saying?
Awaken.
Awaken. That you woke. Because you see, I get to remind myself for the last 3 years of those words. Because we awaken every day. Not once, but every day. Because every day you see. And there's another 10 good books in you. Because the word is still going out there. And I'm not saying that you have to believe in God. Don't get me wrong here. But believe in yourself. Because when I say that challenge, you can't find any excuse to do that. If you think about that, right? In God, there's excuses. Oh, I believe in science. But can you give me an excuse why you don't believe in yourself? Think
So
about
you can't give that away.
You can. You can. You can. You shouldn't, but you can. But the bottom line is just try that lesson and see what happens. See how God would then show you the light to write books, right? Show you the light to fix statues as a memory. You know, a lot of people wear crucifixes and all sorts of emblems. Why? Because it's cool? Or just because you don't know why you're doing it? Why do we listen to music at certain frequencies? Like my man over here,
Young
James Brown, had a frequency like no other. Why is it that entertainment stirs the soul? Why is it the paintings do the same thing? Why is it lighting does the same? Why is a child, that frequency, so beloved? We all got that. All of us. Whether you see it or not, it's going to happen to you sooner than later. And then a book comes.
Where's yours, by the way?
Well, it's coming.
I hear that.
Also, in my life, when the Lord did this, I owned 2 picture framing studios. I had a 54-foot yacht. I built a whole house on a lake in New Hampshire. They wanted to put it on the market for $500,000. What else? I had everything that you could, 2 Mercedes in the garage.
You had all the physicalities, yes.
And I gave it all up.
And you gave it away? I heard that the spear that they put in Jesus' lung to make sure he was left auctioned off for $24 million. 24. You know, one man's food is another man's poison, or is it the other way around? One man's poison is another man's food. You know, and we can go down so many different things that occur and everything else. We could do that all day long. But I'm going to tell you again, look in the mirror, because the secret of life lies in your hands. It lies in you. And if you don't believe that, then we got some work to do. That's all. Simple. Now you can give that away.
Words according to Freddy. I think you just did.
I'm just telling you, you're looking at witnesses in here that do it every freaking day, man.
Truth.
Man has a statue. Why is it that nobody has claimed that statue yet?
Except you.
Except me.
There you go.
Why not? That's all I say is why not?
Why not?
Why not?
That's how the birth of this studio came to be.
Why not?
Commercial break and some music?
Absolutely.
All right, more to come. We've got Tony Wilson joining us. Look, I got reacquainted with this man at a concert.
Whose concert did you get reacquainted with?
Lionel Richie.
And Lionel Richie said what to that man over there?
He says, that man, one of the OGs, the best in the industry, is what he said.
Gave him a hug and everything because he sent me the pictures and the video and everything else.
I know.
What a blessing.
So more to come on the other side of this commercial break. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awaken Trinity Summit. 4 days of opportunities and inside info you don't want to miss, as over 35 celebrity speakers will be live in person to teach you exactly how to make your business take off, grow, and thrive. From marketing tool secrets to the best ways to build relationships, partnerships, and make true connections. Founder Kessa Gooden is putting on this once-in-a-lifetime event, the Global Awaken Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind, February 29th through March 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day. Bring your business partner, your team, your friends, anyone and everyone who wants real success. For tickets, call 404-992-3971. Tickets will not last, so call now. 404-992-3971. Or visit us online at globalawakenedevents.com, and we will see you there.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out. Thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina, along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Everybody wants cheap airfare. But where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
You're not just one damn thing.
And we're back.
How can you and I actually work together? We go to commercial break. I'm feeling so productive. I got so much done. You're like, I got nothing. I'm like, I got success and you got nothing. What's up with that?
What do you mean I got nothing?
I don't know. You go, I got nothing.
She gave it all away. That's why you got nothing.
Imagine being married to me.
You know what it is? I run into the theater to say, wait a minute, why is she giving out 15 trips to the Bahamas? It was supposed to be 5.
You didn't tell me that. They
Yes,
were
I
all in
did.
envelopes and you said here.
I would never, I said, hold on to these, you're gonna give out 5. And poof. I mean, you gave away everything. You gave away trips, you gave away dinners at very expensive places, you gave away
Movies.
pizza, you gave away movie tickets.
That's probably why everybody likes her more.
I give it all away. Oh, not that, but you know.
Wow.
Wow.
And that gets a bell.
But I'm bummed. See what happens when you hang out with Rich?
Yeah,
Maybe get you
I
guys
know.
another chair. Maybe we can set Heli and Tony up and the back. So
Why
they
don't we
can
set
both
them
sit
up over
down.
there so they can sit together?
Just have Josh move his computer.
See if Josh's office is available.
Josh's office.
You singing
Josh's
today?
office, that's great.
Yes, of course. Would you
Yes,
like a
of
book?
course.
Would you like a book? Bob will give a book away.
Yeah, Bob will give away 6,421
They're going to
books.
share this book is what they're going to do. Bob, now you got dibs on the
You can take it with
Mercedes.
you can take it with. You can take it with the big on it.
She says,
she
of course.
she is. I don't know. We'll set her up. Just move the table to the right.
We can set them up there and do
And
what
then
we got
can
to
put them
do.
there to. No, not that much right. We're gonna put them there to sit. Put the table right there to the right. Right where you are. Right there. Put 2 tables.
Talk about a live production as we move furniture is what it is.
Put a table there with 2 chairs, and we're good to go. And put camera 3 on them.
Good?
Very good.
And then let's talk to Rich. We want to talk about, we're changing the date of your event. We're going to postpone it a little bit and maybe.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's canceled for this year.
Okay.
And we're going to try and do it for next year. I don't know. I really don't know what happened here. Because since 2010, I've been very involved in trying to get the film community going and active, and so that's why Rose Warner and I started the Florida Table back then. And then after she passed, Frank and I decided, let's keep it going. We changed the name now to Florida Arts Network, and we took it to the next level. We made it a 501c3, so we figured, this way, if anybody is going to donate, at least they can get a tax write-off, right? And still, that's tough. That's tough also. And it seems sometimes, or it feels that way from our perspective, that the art community is like on life support. And trying to get the community in general to support itself is tough. And we're living in some crazy times right now, and so I kind of get that. And then you've got Frank and I trying to do the social media, and then they change their algorithms, so a lot of people don't see our stuff.
See, that's what I think it is more than anything. We're so inundated with immediacy and social media that I have to change accounts to find people. Like I have to go to my personal account to actually find out what's going on with people. If I stay on our business account page, all I get are businesses and sponsorships and commercials. So I now start looking on my business page, on my personal page, I'm like, oh, that's why I started reaching out to all these people yesterday, because all of this information populated on my personal page. We have so many pages, and I've realized I think that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I have a personal page, I have a professional page, we have the Florida Arts Network page, we have the Artist Loft page, so we've got a lot of pages, going on. But still, even when they find out about it, it's like, oh wait, we have to pay for tickets. It's like,
that's the thing with the arts is people don't want to pay for it, but yet they want it.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I don't
mean,
understand.
you could probably say that about so many different industries, but yeah, it's
Yeah, but you go to the
tough.
grocery store, you know you're going to pay for your food. You go to
Yeah.
a restaurant, you know you're going to pay for your food. When it comes to the arts and it comes to radio and television, people expect it for free. Which is why we have all these strikes, right? Because what's happening? The whole industry has changed, and it's a matter of more than pivoting. It's restructuring and everyone finding a better way.
Yeah, when we were running the Florida table, one of the things that was very common was some filmmakers that would ask all these actors to come in on their own time, right? And we'll feed you pizza and stuff like this, but we're not going to pay you. And I was guilty of working for free, also. And then I finally got to the point where I was like, no, if you want me, you're going to have to pay for me. And we're talking about acting here. So I just need to make that clear.
Josh, you can leave that. I think Heli's going to. Are you dancing, James Brown?
I don't trust her. No, I'm going to just do my thing with her.
Okay. Oh. We don't trust you. He's picking up the rug.
It's funny. I had a meeting with a couple of movie owners yesterday. And the great mystery is ever since the Jewish holidays hit, the numbers have gone down again. And I know that there was an outbreak of COVID again. Then there was an outbreak of some kind of C17, 19 nasal, COVID.
That's because we got to get the people, the snowbirds here. They're not quite here yet.
So I think that the problem is that we rely so much on our past with the snowbirds, and I think we're guilty of this ourselves, thinking that by now the snowbirds would be here. And even if the snowbirds get here, my sister says to me, she was supposed to come down and visit me, but after having 15 feet of floodwaters, they're trying to figure out how to get their cars fixed, how to get their houses back in order. So they're not coming yet.
Yeah.
The cars are here, but they're not here yet because they've had so much disaster, whether it's fire or rain or storm or earthquake or
Read
whatever.
one of Frank's books.
So all of that stuff that's going on right now has slowed the process down. And I don't think that it's just an adjustment like anything else that we do. And this is why I asked the guys, maybe delay it for next year, but promote it now.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to have to do. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I know so many people that are so passionate about the arts, and there are people that Frank and I can call and say, listen, we're doing something, can you perform? Oh yeah, absolutely, Rich, no problem. So there are a lot of people like that. Yeah, for free. We have so many people that are willing to do that because they want to promote the arts. It's not to make Frank and I rich. God knows that's not happening with what we're doing, right? We're doing it because we have a passion for the arts, and so do they. And we want to celebrate other artists. And through the Florida Arts Network, we also want to bring the arts to kids. Because like I'm always saying, and I swear I sound like a broken record sometimes, these schools start doing their budget cuts, and the first thing to go is the arts.
Yeah, it's true.
And so they're cutting them out because they don't have funds to maybe buy the supplies or something like that. We would love to be able to step in, but before we can step in, other people need to step in.
But you made a very good point. There's a lot of people in the community who say, like you said before, oh, we have to buy tickets?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta pay to do this?
Yeah.
It's different
kind of like
mindsets.
when
We've
they
had this conversation with Tony a lot, too.
And I've spoken to artists, I've spoken to writers, and we all say the same thing. You're talking to friends, or you're talking to people that you know, and you said they have artwork for sale, and they have they have artworks and books, and the people walk up to you and say, "Oh, I have to buy this."
I think people don't really understand the work it takes to be an artist. I don't think they really understand it. You know, it's like I can speak from the viewpoint of acting, right? So, you know, there all the hours of classes that you take in improv and character development, script analysis, you know, all these different things. How to break down a scene. These are things that you're studying, and these are things that take hours and hours and hours of work, and so, you know, somebody is studying all this for years. Musicians, dancers, all this stuff. It's years of practice, and yet it's like they want to pay for it with a pizza, or they don't want to pay.
They want to barter.
Perform. Yeah.
That's a new word, a barter.
Yeah, but you know, a pizza doesn't pay a mortgage. It doesn't make a car payment. It doesn't pay utilities. You know, we need to pay for all of this stuff.
It's a tough industry, and for all of our crew that are now getting out into the arts and the entertainment industry, it's tough to find the jobs that anyone needs right now to pay their gas, their food, their rent, to get out of living at home, right? People are trying to do that, and what it's like to get into this field.
Yeah, so they're not living in their parents' basement at the age of 35.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Many are.
Yeah, many are. Yeah.
You know, you look at our teachers also, what they're making in Florida compared to other states.
But look
how
at the
they're doing it.
venues. You know, when you put one of these venues together, there's monies that have to be put out. There are expenses that have to be put out. There is time on your side that has to be put out. I mean, think about it. If you have a 9 to 5 and you're 8 hours at work, we're all about a venue, and you don't know if that venue is going to work, and people don't want to pay to go to the venue, you're still out the time and the money.
Well, it's like you said, was it this morning or yesterday morning during the show? You don't work because we're in the entertainment field, so it's not really work. You're having fun all the time.
That is their perception.
Right, but that's what we talked about. That's their perception of the entertainment industry. All these late night talk shows who haven't been on for 5 months, they're working hard, because even if someone gives you the script, you then have to deliver it in whatever manner it is that you're relaying this conversation, this message.
Yeah.
It takes work.
And I gotta tell you, I learned an entertainer and a singer are two different things. There are two different venues.
Mm-hmm.
An artist and a painter are two different venues. Mm-hmm. And what they're beginning to, they have to understand is that even if you're an artist, you have to be a business person. You know, we're surrounded by tons of art. How many artists come in here to try to sell their goods? They don't. They rely on, oh, you want this? They think that success is when you walk into it. And you know, success is a moving ball. And you're trying to hit that ball. And you're trying and you're trying and you're trying. And the bottom line here is that it doesn't work that way. And it's still a business. And you want to entertain people. You know, he's a great entertainer. But a singer and an entertainer, two different people.
I was at a local film festival a few years back, and they had this young band that they wanted to introduce, and so I spoke to the band afterwards, and I said, you know, you guys are great musicians, but at some point you need to work on becoming great entertainers. There is a huge difference. You know, you want to stay a musician, you can do studio work. But if you're going to be playing in front of the public, you have to be an entertainer.
Excellent.
But the kids really need the arts, especially now, because there are so many kids that are neurodiverse and they're neuroatypical.
That's me. That's me. I'm neurodivergent.
But now look at all the kids with all the vaccines, if you believe in that, or whatever it is, or the more diagnoses. We've got kids ranging all across the spectrum. And everyone thinks differently, right? Everyone in here is a creative thinker. They may not write the best papers, but they're the best editors. And now we're going to take that away from them because of funding, and then we're going to take away extra classes and coaching and after-school activities because of funding. How do we expect this next generation to be creative thinkers when all they have is what's on their phone?
AI.
And they gotta go home to their parents or their house.
Who are working 3 jobs to keep food on the table, right?
All these jobs, and the education of them not understanding what's going on in the political arena of school and loss of art and the psychology behind that. And all of a sudden it gets out of hand and violent behavior becomes a way. And every parent that has a son or a daughter who's shooting up a school, they say, oh my God, where'd this come from? How did this happen? Like, they don't know what's going on because they don't understand the dynamics of what's. Listen, we wanted to get some kids over to your show. Giving it away. Come on, bring your stuff.
Yeah.
People, you know what they used to tell me? Okay, what's the catch? What? What's the catch? There is no catch. Bring your easel, bring your arts. Come on, we'll put it on cameras. What's the catch? This is too easy.
We want to make it easy. We want to make it easy. And again, you know, they don't understand how the arts work. I remember one time I had this guy tell me, why don't you get a real job? How many times have you heard that?
They have, for
get
sure.
a real
You
job.
don't have a real job.
And
you
so
laugh too much.
What's funny is that I had a really good year that year, and I said, well, you know, how much money do you make, right? And he told me how much he made for the year, and I said, yeah, I made about the same. You had to work all year long to make that. I did it in 6 weeks, you know. So it's like, who's got the real job, right? And I enjoy what I do.
That's scary.
We're going to take a break because we're going to get our music set up. Heli's got her
ready?
guitar.
Are they ready?
We got some music. We got Tony. Apparently the carpet has been cleared, so I'm not quite sure what we've got with young James
I don't know
Brown.
what's
But
going on either.
we've got Tony Wilson and Heli joining us. They've got a great event coming up on October 20th at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. So more to come with that on the other side of this break, and we'll be right back.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life. Call 855-350-4504. That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call Smart Fares. Our prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low they're not published anywhere. Smart Fares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, Smart Fares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available, so don't wait. Call Smart Fares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 855-828-0198. That's 855-828-0198. 855-828-0198.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Even if you've tried before and were unsuccessful in getting rid of your timeshare, call today and see if we can help. We offer a complete 100% unconditional client satisfaction guarantee. Make this completely free call and learn how we can help you legally put an end to your timeshare nightmare once and for all. You have nothing to lose, so call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation. You can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, but you've got to call now. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Attention firefighters. Did you use firefighting foam in your job? And then, did you develop cancer? Call our legal helpline right now and file your financial claim. Firefighting foam has been used for decades at airports and military bases. This foam has been linked to cancer. If you have cancer and you worked around firefighting foam, you may be eligible for financial compensation. Please make this free call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
This is samba. Rio de Janeiro, Brasil. Entra na roda de samba que tem. Let me see in the pouring rain. Entra na roda de samba e vem. Bring your smile back again, again. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba. Entra na roda de samba que tem. Let me see in the pouring rain. Entra na roda de samba e vem. Bring your smile back again, again. Entra na roda de samba que tem. Let me see in the pouring rain. Entra na roda de samba e vem. Bring your smile back again, again. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba.
I'm hot, hooked, 95 levels with the sun burning, turning to a samba rain, dancing to the dance across the nation. Samba, samba, samba rain escalation. Listen to the sound of the samba beat. It's easy to do, just move your feet. Heli and Tony, we doing now. Come on, come on, come on, shout!
Entra na roda de samba que tem. Let me sing in the pouring rain. Entra na roda de samba e vem. Bring your smile back again, again. Entra na roda de samba que tem. Let me sing in the pouring rain. Entra na roda de samba e vem. Bring your smile back again, again. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 rise. Samba, 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 sunshine. Samba, 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 samba. Samba, 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 samba.
All right.
And Tony's so chill. Heli keeps you all chilled out. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Are you both going to be together on October 20th?
We get married, I think, like that.
Let me send kisses for my husband, Paul Calvesani.
You're going to be at Hard Rock Casino on Friday the 20th, correct?
Correct, correct.
Tony, you're going to be there too?
Absolutely, I'm performing. So.
Perfect. You're both going to be performing. We're going to get another mic.
Yeah, this will be a beautiful Brazilian night, Brazilian Latin party. And Tony is our special guest with Jair Oliveira, is a big Brazilian composer and singer. So he's enjoying and a beautiful Brazilian Latin night.
That's right. And the swimming pool, of course, you're not swimming, but it's such a great scenic thing with the electric neon guitar. Everybody knows that logo. They know where it's at. And it's just going to be fun and interactive, and, you know, people are going to have a good time. We call it a Brazilian soul.
You guys, it's outside. It's poolside, isn't it?
Poolside, outside, yes.
Now, you guys have done a show there before, or this is the first time you've tackled that venue?
We've done other shows, but not
at the
this
pool.
show. This show is Heli's show, and I'm a special guest, but it's targeted to everybody. People from all walks of life love the Brazilian. They like the samba. They like to dance and be free and not be, you know, choreographed, you know. So they just do their own thing, freestyle. And I think they're going to have a really good time, and it's a great flavor, especially at one of the best venues around in South Florida. It's the Hard Rock.
I've never been to a concert poolside at the Hard Rock. I'm sure it's
I
going
didn't
to
even
be
know they had a pool.
spectacular.
So beautiful.
Yeah,
Now, do
really
people
beautiful.
have to buy tickets for the event?
Yes,
How do you get tickets?
sambarise.com.
Say it
is
again?
the website. Sambarise.com is the website. All tickets are available there.
Samba Rise. It's going to be beautiful outside under the stars.
Eventbrite.
Beautiful night, end of October.
Yeah, let them know.
Getting ready for Halloween.
It's on Eventbrite as well.
On Eventbrite for Samba Rise.
Yes.
How did you guys end up doing this together? Heli, this is yours, and you're bringing Tony in as a special appearance, huh?
Yes. This will be, like I said, the Brazilian night. We are trying to mix Brazilian music, bossa nova, samba, with American music. Tony's a big artist here, and it's beautiful when we do together. So.
Yes, absolutely, and that's what makes it so much fun, is that you collaborate a lot of people from different genres of music and put them together. You never know what's going to happen.
I love seeing this side of Tony.
Yeah, well, I have to
The
be chill
mellow
sometimes.
Brazilian samba side of Tony. It's
Yeah,
nice.
well, I'm supporting Heli, so
That's
it's not about
fantastic.
me. It's about the Brazilian thing, and for people that love that music and people that want to come out and have a good time, you know.
Yeah, Brazil loves James Brown. Brazil loves Tony too.
Well, Tony is the entertainer of all entertainers. I mean, Tony puts on a show like none other. And he's a businessman. We're talking about business in the arts. He's one of the few entertainers that we know that it's truly understands the music industry, the entertainment, and the business side of what it is.
He
The
tells
good, the bad, the ugly, and the truth of what it is.
Yeah, well, you have to, you know. I learned from Michael when I worked for him, you know, that, you know, be 90% business and 10% entertainer, you know. That way you don't miss out on things.
You think that's true? It's 90-20 that way?
Easy.
Wow, 90-10.
Because a lot
sorry.
of, yeah.
Girl math, yeah, there we go.
Well, it is
I gave the other
simply-
10 away.
Yeah, I listened to like what he said as well, but it is that because if you don't take care of the business and you have people coming out and you don't get your deposits, and a lot of musicians don't even know, entertainers don't even, and even actors, they don't even know they get a per diem. They don't even know what a per diem is, you know. So, you know, I came to my band one day. I said, okay, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a per diem. We don't want no damn per diem. I'm like, oh, okay. So we did 7 days. You get $50 a day, so that's $750 you get up front when you get off the plane, you know. And it's like, they didn't want it. Well, once they found out what it was, they came knocking on my door. I said, y'all said y'all didn't want the per diem.
They said it just like that. We don't want no damn per diem. I'm like, okay.
Because they thought that the per diem was the payment.
Well, per diem is what they give you like a buyout for food.
Yeah.
You know, in the U.S. you get $25, but overseas you get $50 per day. So they give you that up front. You know, so.
And you said 25 buys you a sandwich?
Buy things that you need. You're not supposed to use your own money. You know, so that all that stuff just comes with it, you know.
It's like the movie sets. In the movie sets, I always wondered that why there was so much food. There was enough food to feed an army.
Yep.
Yeah, but
And it
that's
was
separate
always
from
there.
a per diem. That's food that they have, you know, that they have to provide for the workers and the staff and all that kind of stuff.
Now you were just.
Yeah, they have the catering and then they have the craft services. Too.
Right.
So and that's all the donuts and the bagels and the coffee and all that stuff, and then they have to sit down meals.
Right.
Tony, you were just. Did you do the football event yet, or it's coming up?
Say it again.
The football event, the pre-football.
Yeah, that's going to be on October the 8th.
That's coming. This weekend.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be?
In Rochester, New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least it's still warm.
So I'm going to try to now see if I can get the NFL to do a Brazilian night on some of these nights, because I think we'll do probably close to 42 dates.
That would be fantastic.
Just follow the Kansas City Chiefs with Taylor Swift and tell her to come down and just dance. Forget about it. It'll be a sellout.
The football team that I did, I don't know if you all know the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yes.
College football. Well, they just won. They're 5-0 again, but last year they won back-to-back. That was the first time. So in '73, James Brown honored Coach Dooley, a song called Dooley's Junkyard Dolls. So they commissioned me to do the new coach, which is Kirby's Junkyard Dolls. So hopefully they'll win again. I'm going to try to tie in some Brazilian and some more music with that.
Are you going to be doing something at that stadium?
Yeah, we're doing what they call a tailgate party. They'll be outside in the parking
stadium.
lots. Right. So we get that and get the Brazilian thing locked in. That would be great. But I wanted Heli to tell you all about her studio and what she's doing with the children, and people can come and do certain things as well.
I love Heli, tell us again. I love what you're
audio.
doing. I was going to ask you, do you teach them the business side of what it is also, or is it more of the craft of the art?
Yes, it's a space for arts, for make people believe in themselves, in the way that we use to talk the people is the music. So we have the recording studios, our teachers for instruments, guitar, keyboard, drums, and this is a beautiful, beautiful space. It's Assyrian Music Center. You can find Assyrian Music Center on social media, Instagram, Facebook.
And you're in downtown Fort Lauderdale, correct?
Fort Lauderdale. Yes,
Fort
yes.
Lauderdale.
Oakland Park. Oakland Park is Dixie Highway and Oakland.
And Oakland.
Yes.
What a great concept for the kids. We were just talking about that, right? It's so important for the kids to have a place to go where they feel
Yes.
accepted, to love themselves, everything we've talked about.
Yes, yes, and it's beautiful. I started with 4 years old and open this space and see the kids, growing up with music, with arts is so grateful.
You know, and we were blessed to have you and your dad here last week. You know, what a gift that was to have your dad perform with you.
Yes, and my dad started. My dad, I was teaching music and all about the life, like all kids with my daddy. So he now is seeing all the work, in person.
That's so incredible.
Yeah, speaking of her daddy, he's at Meisner. She's got to pick him up.
All right, so we're gonna.
Hi, Daddy.
We're gonna get ready and wrap this up. Again, people.
I'm going.
They can get tickets at Samba Rise, Samba Rise or Eventbrite for the event on October 20th.
Correct.
Yes.
Hard Rock, swimming pool.
Hard Rock Swimming Pool. Don't have to say a lot to get there, huh?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Hard Rock Swimming Pool.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Friday
Plenty of
night.
Parking, free.
Free parking, there you go. But such great music. Come casual, come enjoy the music. Poolside, bar side. A nice way to kick off the weekend.
And that's what day?
Friday, October 20th.
Yes, and all tickets includes 1 free drink.
Oh, wow.
Yes, absolutely.
Very nice. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Okay.
Always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Fantastic. And Frank, how do people get your books? You want to tell them again about the promo?
Yeah, well, you can get your books right here at the studio. Weekdays between 9 and 7 p.m. Just stop in. If you're a guest, if you're a shopper, if you're a show host, audience participation, just come in the studio, buy one of my books. You'll be entered in the drawing on December 20th to win all of them, all 12, actually all 13. And my books are also available on Amazon.
Oh, this one is
Frank,
about.
where are you going to be this Saturday?
This Saturday, I will be at the Deerfield Writers Festival at Butler House on Hillsborough between 11 and 3. There'll be about 12 authors there. Stop by my table, say hello, buy some books. They make great holiday gifts.
And it's a free event, so
Free
come on
event.
out and say hi
Come
to
on down.
Frank, get some books. And Bob, how do we get, I love all these books. How do we get your book, or one of your books? Grab a mic.
Grab your mic.
Oh, sorry.
A5. And your books are available on Amazon for Kindle?
Yes. Both.
Both books.
That one also.
There's 3 and there's 4, because Chris has one of them, and there's a 5th one in the works.
Right.
All about faith. Faith and hope and loving yourself.
It's a good
Message
beginning.
of the day?
Good beginning. I may get my statue.
Good way to start the 4th quarter. Is about believing in yourself as we roll into the holidays.
Another
And pumpkin
holiday?
spice.
You have another holiday?
Halloween. Pumpkin spice
Halloween
season.
is not a holiday.
What is it?
Halloween is not a holiday.
Happy Hallow Thanksmas.
It's a pagan holiday, but it's not a holiday.
Satan's
Happy Hallow
birthday.
Thanksmas.
It's not a holiday.
Pagan holiday.
The pagans celebrated that, but Halloween is not a holiday. They don't close anything down for Halloween, right? We celebrate it every year. Boy, yeah, everything. A lot of stuff is celebrated, but
Is your
it's not a
birthday a holiday?
Yes.
Then why is Halloween not?
Because in my mind, it's a
We
holiday.
celebrate it every year. He's in a fight and spicy mood. I know. You got to get you some lunch.
It's holiday. Is Halloween a holiday?
Not as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you.
I don't care for Halloween, though. No. I know. I'm getting all these looks from everybody here. It's like.
That's because they wanted to be. They want school shut down. That post everything.
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve. Frank, maybe your book will be out by Halloween.
The next day
No,
is
I
a
don't think
holiday. All Saints Day.
All Saints Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day. Is that a holiday?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
No. But Halloween is. Hello.
We're going to wrap this up, everyone. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Join us on October 20th down at the Hard Rock Casino poolside for Samba Rise. Get your books right here. We got Frank's books. We got Bob's books. We got a whole lot of books, but it's all about faith, loving yourself first.
October 13th at the Crazy Uncle Mike's. Go see True Rumors.
Very nice. And
They're gonna be
Frank Mike will be here tomorrow.
Mike will be here tomorrow.
Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. We've got senior strategies tonight. You don't want to miss that live on True Oldies. And we'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.